cierras y otra vez vas, ¿ok? Hazlo para atrás, llévalo.
Just go take him and push him back.
Llévalo para atrás, llévalo para atrás. Aquí ya tienes esto, ¿ok?
You've got this, come on. He's got nothing left.
Let's go, second.
Well, that's one perspective.
Get out of the ring. You can do it from out of the ring.
Round 7 of a scheduled 8-round fight alongside former world champion Timothy Bradley. I'm Bernardo Osuna, and Robson Conceição, the Brazilian in the white trunks with gold trim. It's gold because he won Olympic gold in Rio 2016. He's taking on the Cobra, Jesus Almada, and he's got to spit some venom if he's going to get back in this fight.
More than some venom right now. You need to throw some punches. Move his head, please. Please move your head.
While Conceição is moving it for him, then that's an unfortunate thing for Jesus Antonio Almada. His face is beaten to a bloody pulp. There's inflammation under both eyes. His mouth is open.
Look at his jaw. Look at the right side of his jaw,
Yes.
how swollen it is.
I agree. Visions of Oscar Valdez. This was a clean mat before this fight, and now it's all full of Jesus Antonio Almada's blood, and down goes Almada.
3,
And this should be it.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You want to go? No. No.
Thank goodness that the referee Ritter finally put an end to this fight, because he was the only guy who could save Almada from himself. His corner was not going to do it. He did his job as a referee.
Well, yeah, he did his job as a referee because Conceição forced him to do his job. He put him on the seat of his pants. I mean, I would have stepped in and stopped the fight. I would have said, son, I'm going to save you from yourself, man. Let you live to fight another day. Today is not your day. You're taking too much punishment. I understand you got a lot of heart. No, I'm going to stop it for you. You didn't quit. You're all right. Go ahead. Go ahead and head home.
And you're right about the right side of his face, the jaw. It's inflamed. His eyes are swollen, and a solid performance from Robson Conceição, who threw punches and bunches.
Yeah, but these type of fights don't do nothing for you like this. I mean, a beatdown like this, you got to fight somebody competitive. That's what brings the best out of you. You know, if you keep fighting this level of opposition, there's no way you're going to grow.
And when you look at the guys who are on top of this division, we're talking about elite fighters. We're talking about a Gervonta Davis. We're talking about an Oscar Valdez who's coming off of the best win of his career against Miguel Berchelt. You're talking about a Jamel Herring who's coming off of a great win against Carl Frampton. I mean,
fantastic win.
Shakur Stevenson, who's next in line for that WBO belt. It's a whole different level to what we're seeing from Robson Conceição, and he's got to prove that he deserves a shot at those guys.
At 32 years old, he better start moving quickly because time is running out for him.
All right, let's take a look at how this fight came to a finish in favor of the Brazilian Robson Conceição, who went to the body, landed a left hook, and that was it.
Yeah, right on the temple. You know, it's a beautiful shot. He was hurt by the body shot, no doubt about it. Straight right hand, right down to the solar plex. Boom, he steps back. You see him how his back kind of folded up, his stomach folded in, and then, you know, he goes down. But, you know, he was taking this punishment over time. You know, he's wearing down little by little, withering away, getting caught with clean power punches. And I'm just finally glad that he went down. I'm finally glad that he finally went down and the referee was able to come in there and stop it, because it could have been ugly. Another round or so, it could have been even uglier than it was right now.
I completely agree. I mean, somebody had to take care of Jesus Antonio Almada tonight, and Robson Conceição took care of business, and the referee Ritter finally stepped in. And even though Almada wanted to continue, he said, that's it, kid. It's over. Technical knockout win, and we go now to the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, here inside Osage Casino Hotel in Tulsa, Oklahoma, this bout comes to a halt at 1 minute 20 seconds of round number 7 for your winner by knockout, Robson Nino Conceição.
Mark Chinook with the official time there, TKO 7 at 120. Another victory for Conceição, who now earns his 8th knockout in 16 professional victories. He's undefeated as a pro. And we have another solid fight coming up. An undefeated fighter in Albert Bell out of Toledo, Ohio. He and Jared Anderson are up next. Bell will face Manuel Rey Rojas in a junior lightweight attraction.
At KPD Productions, TV is feeling the $5 Popeyes Shrimp Tackle Box, and we're feeling the love.
Nice and crunchy buttermilk shrimp. Fabulous.
Get the Shrimp Tackle Box or Surf and Turf for just $5.
Tonight's matchup, me versus an ugly fender bender. If I can eke out a win, it's gonna be a miracle, baby.
It wouldn't be a miracle because GEICO gives you a team of experts to help manage your claim.
GEICO is awesome, baby.
GEICO. With over 200 flavor notes to discover, every sip of Woodford Reserve Bourbon is a spectacle for the senses.
Better sleep starts with understanding how you sleep. Introducing Amazon Halo. Halo analyzes the quality and quantity of your sleep. Then it provides suggestions from experts to help you sleep better. Like reducing liquids before bed to reduce wake-ups during the night. And saying farewell to furry friends. Because good sleep is an important part of good health.
If you do what feels right, then own your style. Philips One Blade, your style made simple. There's always a way to make life better.
Spring driving is here, and the countdown to luxury has begun at your local Cadillac showroom. Experience the iconic style and bold sophistication in a Cadillac SUV or sedan. Reward yourself, then move up to a Cadillac.
Get 0.9% APR for 72 months plus $2,000 purchase allowance on a 2021 Cadillac XT6 and XT5. Plus, current eligible non-GM owners get an additional $1,500 allowance.
Okay, I'm awake.
Let's do this, Smudge.
What's next? Oh, man, we're gonna have some fun today. Let's go. Say it with me now.
Hinge, squeeze.
Stay with me.
Here, I'm with you.
5, 4, sprint to your finish. You did that, Peloton. Until next time. Whew.
It's time, and time is running out. If you're going to make history, it's time to start making it.
We got more fights set to come your way from right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Top-ranked boxing at the Osage Casino. Joe Smith, Maxim Vlasov is the title fight on ESPN tonight. In moments, we're going to see Albert Bell. Albert Bell is a 17-0, 130-pounder from Toledo, Ohio. Speaking of Toledo, Ohio, the Toledo native Jared Anderson is coming up. Now, we have been following the career of Jared Anderson. He is undoubtedly one of the most talked about young heavyweights in the sport. There is reason to feel that he could be the real deal, and in the coming years, we're not just talking about little step-up fights, we're talking about the big grand prize. But it's one fight at a time right now for Jared Anderson. He is 8-0 with 8 knockouts. You can expect number 9 coming up in a little bit. He's only 21 years old. We also have a 26-year-old heavyweight who you have probably become familiar with, the Nigerian Efe Ajagba, who now is training, living, fighting in Houston with Kay Karoma and is getting quality time in training with Jared Anderson. We asked him about that.
Jared Anderson is a good fighter, you know, so I learned some stuff, head movement, you know, the jab, you know, how to move. He's very sneaky. Those are the kind of boxers that I need. to be with in the sparring session. I try to do more combination punches, but it's hard for me to throw more combination punches because he throws more combination punches more than me. He's very sharp. I learned some stuff from him. He's a great fighter. He's a good boxer.
All right, so here we are with two highly touted heavyweight prospects coming your way. Jared Anderson will be the final fight on the ESPN Plus version. And then when we move over to ESPN right away at 10 o'clock Eastern, that's when Efe Ajagba will be in the ring. I want to focus our attention on Ajagba. He's 6'6", 240 pounds, has the amateur pedigree. Didn't look great in his last fight, and the head is already shaking, Dre. You see this?
He's already there.
We discuss this all the time with Timmy. What have you done for me last fight?
Yeah.
What are you like? Because prior to that, there's a lot to like with the power in the right hand, the 11 knockouts, 16 rounds in the first 11 fights. But you're shaking your head, saying you need to see more.
Yeah,
I know what you're.
I didn't see. I mean, we were hyping him up to be a machine. Throwing 80-something punches,
right.
High volume. He didn't bring that to the table when I saw him, but I found out what the problem was. He had some hurt elbows.
Well, he had surgery on both elbows.
On both elbows. That was the problem. But he said he had the surgery on both elbows. He said tonight you're going to see the real Ajagba tonight, and I can't wait to see.
Well, Tim, he's got 14 fights.
I know.
And I'm just like, it's okay for a fighter to be growing right before our eyes and have some good things about him, have some things that are not so good. I think that's what we're seeing. So I think he could still be that guy. We'll see. He's got a great team. He's learning. It's another, fight tonight where he's going to learn on the job, and you hope he comes out on top if you're on his team. But let's not, overreact from the last fight.
You mentioned the team.
Right.
This is only his second fight with the team, with Coach K. And now Jay Prince is now managing him. So, it's a whole new group around him.
Takes time to get used to.
As Dre says, Timmy, it's okay.
I just want to see. Listen, I just want to see some improvement from the last fight. That's all I want to see. You're right. You're right, Dre. It's a process. It's okay. He can go through the process. Yes, it's the second time with K. Karoma. I'm just expecting him to do at least one thing better.
Well, he's in against Brian Howard, Timmy, and Brian Howard is a guy who, listen, he's 40 years old, and he's a guy who is smaller for the heavyweight division, but he's a mover.
Yeah. Same style as Rice, a mover. He's getting another crack at it. You're gonna you're gonna have to figure out how to fight these young guys. But the best thing about this is that he has Anderson in his gym.
Right.
Anderson's one of those moving type of heavyweights that's creative with his offense and also creative with his defense. So it can help him.
Yeah, you're right. And on paper, I didn't understand, the Anderson opponent. I didn't understand why would you get a guy that's smaller and the opponent of Anderson, excuse me.
Yeah.
Somebody that's smaller, moving around, that can make Ajagba look bad. And Kay said, no, that's by design.
Right.
Like, we want a guy who's going to teach him how to move and do something other than standing there and exchanging punches, because that's the new heavyweight division. I know the big boys now that have the belts are 6'6", 6'7". He said, but you have the Andersons of the world that are coming behind him, so he's got to learn how to do both.
To that point of the big boys who have the belt, Mark Kriegel's going to be coming by a little later on with an update as to what we're hearing with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury. Things are percolating.
Oh, yes.
There's a little bit of movement. You probably saw and heard on social media within the past 24 to 48 hours, both fighters chiming in, both fighters giving their version of their updates, that they're working towards things to deliver. Tyson Fury himself put out a video on social media that he's got big news, that there are 3 or 4 big offers out there. Tyson Fury saying that there's interest from Saudi Arabia to host the mega fight for the Undisputed Heavyweight Championship, from Qatar, from Uzbekistan, Russia, America. And, there's this deadline out there. But Mark Kriegel is going to get us up to speed with news that's coming in, even within the past couple hours, on the potential for a Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua fight, a site. They've been talking about the mega money, but our heavyweight interest tonight comes in just a little bit with Jared Anderson at just 21 years old, and then Efe Ajagba. And there is Efe Ajagba. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will get you up to speed on everything you need to know for our world title fight tonight between Vlasov and Joe Smith Jr.
Hi, I'm a new customer, and I want your best new smartphone deal.
Well, I'm an existing customer, and I'd like your best new smartphone deal.
Oh, do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
I feel silly, but I do want nationwide 5G.
I want nationwide 5G.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives new and existing customers the same great deals, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
This burger could perform miracles. This burger could save relationships.
This isn't your normal cheeseburger. You all of a sudden have bacon jam on it. You're like, wow, compliments to the chef. Who threw this together? Sonic Bacon Jam Cheeseburger. You know?
Elevated flavors.
Yep.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
With over 200 flavor notes to discover, every sip of Woodford Reserve Bourbon is a spectacle for the senses.
Your next memory is out there. It might be a small one or a giant leap. Maybe it's a memory of you alone or one with him or them. It could feel like magic. Or it might just warm your heart. Your next memory is out there. It's just waiting to be made. To new memories, Hilton and our family of hotels.
We started with computers. We didn't stop at computers. We didn't stop at storage or cloud. We kept going, working with our customers to enable a kind of technology that can guide an astronaut back to safety and help make a hospital come to you instead of you going to it. So when it comes to your business, you know we'll stop at nothing.
Whether you're looking to connect with customers, find new ones, or sell more of your awesome stuff, Constant Contact has powerful email marketing tools and more to help you do more business online. Power on with Constant Contact. Try it free today.
The Italian dream, Marvin Vettori. This dude is totally unfazed.
He believes he's strong enough to be champion, and he's going to tell you about it, too. Wow!
My favorite thing to do is land that Prussian shot that's going to hurt somebody.
There's the power of Joe Smith Jr.
Not only does he have volume, but he also has punching power. He's an offensive machine. Big right hand!
Joe Smith Jr. in control, making highlight after highlight. Joe Smith Jr. Will we be hearing anew with Joe Smith Jr. or will the 45-win Russian Maxim Vlasov have the signature win he has been searching for years? It is the WBO Light Heavyweight World Championship coming up on ESPN at 10 o'clock Eastern. That caps this full card from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Obviously, the WBO title is on the line, but Mark Kriegel, there is more to this light heavyweight division, isn't there?
Well, by now we know that Smith's identity is about beating the odds, about being a blue-collar guy. Guess what? He's had enough of it. He's tired, as he says, of living paycheck to paycheck. In his mind, this is the night that elevates him. He's the A-side tonight. He's the favorite for once. He wins the belt tonight, and he thinks of it as his ticket for a unification, a three-belt unification with Artur Beterbiev, a possible rematch with Dmitry Bivol. This is the night that's supposed to change his life. Of course, he has to get by a very experienced and capable guy to get there.
He does. You mentioned the fact that he's a favorite. That has not been the case in the career of Joe Smith, but he's pulled the upsets before. He did so in 2016, and that launched him to a different level. And then he did fight for a title, and he fought with a broken jaw. And then this past year, he had the Alvarez fight, which really took him to the next level to get this opportunity. But here he is as a minus 400 favorite to win a world championship tonight. If he does win and you get a fight against Beterbiev with the lineal championship, the ring championship, the 2 belts, and now this belt. That's a great fight. Stylistically, it's a fascinating fight, isn't it?
Yeah, I truly believe it is a fascinating fight because both guys have tremendous punching power. And the punching power for Smith is in his right hand. You know, he's exactly like what he does in his J job. He is a tree cutter. And I believe tonight, that's what he's going to have to do. He's going to have to beat a tree cutter tonight if he's going to beat a guy like Vlasov, who's active on his feet, who likes to control distance and likes to mix it up and get a little bit physical in the inside as well and apply the pressure. So, you know, go down to the body, young man, go down to the body, break him down to the body, and you'll better your chances of winning world championship.
Yeah, both fighters had a different road to get here tonight, but essentially they have the same 3 goals. They want to win their first world title. They want the respect that comes from winning that world title, and they want bigger and better paydays. You know, historically, a champion makes more than a top contender or a challenger, but make no mistake about it. The majority of the pressure is on Joe Smith tonight to not just win, but to look good doing it, to set up a showdown with, like we've been saying, 2-belt champion, the boogeyman in the light heavyweight division, Arthur Beterbiev.
You know, it's interesting that you bring up the fact, obviously, I mean, this is a union laborer, a guy who owns a tree cutting service. But, you know, now he's gotten to the stage of his career where you can cash in and things can go well with Joe Smith. But Vlasov feels the same exact way. He described him that way. Dre, when we met with Vlasov yesterday, you get the sense that he thinks Joe Smith is very simple. He's direct. He's straightforward. He's predictable. Joe Smith, to our eye, in calling his last 2 fights against Alvarez, against Hart, there's been some evolution. He's a little different. He's not quite the Joe Smith that we knew from a few years ago.
I think along the way, after the fight with Bivol, he got the revelation that just going straight ahead and being a power puncher is not going to be enough at this level to win a title and keep it. So they have, and he and his team have been working on different things, setting up the big right hand that you talked about, Tim. You know, expecting something to come back, working on his defense, and you've seen that evolution little by little, to your point, Joe.
You know, one of the things I keep hearing is a trending topic. We're seeing blue collar guy. It don't matter what kind of collar you come from, white collar, blue collar, purple collar, you know, orange collar. It don't matter. We've seen it all here in the sport of boxing. Everybody has a chance to become
I thought you
a
were
world
just describing your closet when you get into the purple collar and the orange collar and the
even gold collars.
Trust me, we've seen the whole wardrobe. That
you know what I'm saying?
Bust
it
out.
Don't matter, man.
Listen, but they feel like the Campobbianco group who works with Joe Smith, they feel like there's been real improvement when it comes to movement, when it comes to utilizing the jab, when it comes to both the footwork, the hand speed, everything. They think they have a far better version of the fighter that came up with them, Timmy.
You know what I like most about this particular matchup is it's the fact that both these guys are not that blue chip type of collar type of guy, blue chip, you know, fighters. So I like the fact that both these guys have earned their right to get a shot at this world championship, and now it's an even playing field for both fighters. They're on the same exact level. They faced tough competition on the way up, contenders, and has came up short. But tonight they get the chance to fight for the world championship.
I mean, Vlasov should feel confident. He's a 16-year veteran. He's moved up in weight and fought at cruiserweight for some time. You know, he's never been stopped. I mean, he should feel this way coming into this fight because he's fought for every regional belt you can possibly name in the sport of boxing. This is his first opportunity to fight for the world light heavyweight title, any world title. The same for Joe Smith. So I think Joe Smith is, you know, better pedigree going in, but from a championship standpoint and both guys having their first shot, yes, it's even.
Vlasov's got 48 fights. He's a 16-year pro. I mean, and we met with him yesterday. He is so ready for this moment. He was just exuding confidence. Now, he's a plus 340 underdog, and 9.5 rounds is the over-under. So Vegas does not expect this fight to go the distance. It's coming your way, 10 o'clock Eastern on ESPN. But coming up next is this guy right here. Albert Bell is trying to get his mark to 18-0. We will see if he can do it. 8 rounds, 130-pounders featuring Albert Bell when we come back.
One for me and one for me. Introducing buy one, get one for just $1 at Burger King. Grab a flame-grilled Whopper or Impossible Whopper and mix or match it with your favorites for an extra $1. Go ahead. You deserve it. Buy one, get one for $1. Your way better.
At Ace, your backyard is right in our backyard. So when you need to feed your grass, remove the weeds, or wrangle those leaves, go to the best place that delivers on top brands like Ego, Toro, and Steel. No warehouse store can match the convenience of your locally owned neighborhood Ace. So stop on by. You can also order online for curbside pickup or get what you need delivered today. Around the block, what you need in stock with people who know their lawn care.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Think about the moments you've been missing. The small ones you've been dreaming about. The ones you couldn't be more ready for. And even the ones that take you by surprise. These are the moments you'll remember. The ones that are impossible to forget. To new memories, Hilton, and our family of hotels.
Hi, I'm a new customer and I want your best new smartphone deal.
Well, I'm an existing customer and I'd like your best new smartphone deal.
Do you?
Actually, it's for both new and existing customers.
I feel silly, but I do want nationwide 5G.
I want nationwide 5G.
Are we actually doing this again?
It's not complicated. Only AT&T gives new and existing customers the same great deals, like the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free when you trade in.
Black Box enters wine competitions all across America. But no matter where we go, we always bring home the same souvenir. Black Box wines, 70 gold medals, 40% less expensive.
When we heard there was money in our home, we did what anyone would do. We went looking for it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Then we heard about Rocket Mortgage, and with just a few taps, you can turn your home's equity into cash. Consolidate your debt, pay off student loans.
Renovate your home.
Fix your home.
Fix your home.
When you need cash out of your home and a simple way to get it, Rocket can.
Great job, honey.
Rocket. So worth it.
Saturday primetime returns.
Irving for three. Oh! Out to Durant. He buries a triple.
It's NBA on ABC time. Lakers Nets tonight on ABC.
This is the Arkansas River right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a major tributary of the Mississippi River. So here we are in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma, inside the Osage Casino, ready for our next attraction. And it will be an 8-round junior lightweight fight between Albert Bell, who's undefeated with 17 wins, 5 knockouts, against Manuel Ray Rojas, a fighter we've seen several times out of Dallas, Texas, who's here looking for a big upset against the taller, lankier Albert Bell. And Mark Chinook has the official introduction of these two fighters.
Ladies and gentlemen, we return to the action here inside Osage Casino Hotel in beautiful Tulsa, Oklahoma. This is boxing. This is Top Rank, presented by Hall of Fame boxing promoter, Mr. Bob Arum. This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds in the junior lightweight division. Our judges at ringside, Henry Ellick, Chris Ritter, and Mike Bauer. And the man in charge at the sound of the bell, Gerald Ritter. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, he weighed in at 132 pounds. Wearing yellow trunks with black trim, he brings a record of 20 wins, 4 defeats, 6 of those victories coming by way of knockout. From Dallas, Texas, Manuel Rey, the Punisher Rojas. Introducing out of the red corner, he weighed in at 132.2 pounds. Wearing white trunks with gold and blue trim, he brings a record of 17 wins, no losses, 1 no contest, 15 victories coming by way of knockout. From Toledo, Ohio, Prince Albert Bell.
heard you already received instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Both your trunks are good. Touch your gloves if you want to. Good luck to both of you.
Interesting fact, both fighters were born on the exact same day, January 21st, 1993. How about that, Tim?
Well, let's see who's better.
Let's find out who got the better end, who got better milk that day at the hospital. If it was Albert Bell out of Toledo, Ohio, or Manuel Rojas out of Dallas, Texas. Well, Bell, he's coming out firing. Yeah. Andy Vence has lost to both these guys, and he was on social media saying, man, Albert Bell's getting all my leftovers.
He's hurt.
Yeah, he is.
Rojas is hurt.
And this is a fight we expected to go the distance, but Albert Bell coming out firing and landing here against Manuel Ray Rojas.
That's called catching your opponent cold, not allowing him to get comfortable and warm up. Albert Bell is jumping on him right now.
Now, will he let him off the hook, or will he continue to punish as he has off the jump?
Well, it looks like Rojas is definitely recovered from that shot he was hit with earlier.
That was a fighter who only has a total of 5 knockouts and 17 victories, but we've seen that he's capable of dropping guys. It's just the finish part that sometimes he doesn't concern himself too much with. He's comfortable fighting the full distance when necessary.
Well, the thing is that when you're thinking about defense, you're thinking about the sweet science. That's what he's been taught. He's been taught to use his reach to his advantage. So you're not going to be in the lion's den all too often if you choose to fight from a distance and use your gifts.
Box.
But it seems like he's out. He's hunting right now. And I'm talking about Bell. He's hunting for a knockout win.
Nice quick left from Prince Albert Bell. Ooh, nice uppercut too. Hey, those are some flashy trunks that Albert Bell's wearing tonight.
I wouldn't wear them, but they nice on him.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, they nice on him.
He's also 6 foot tall. They'd be dragging on the ground if it was me or you wearing it.
Now, I always thought about how much I put on my trunks, honestly, you know, because 12 rounds, going 12 rounds, and you got some heavy patches all over your trunks. Yeah, it look good, but it'll wear you down.
You start sweating, and you get water thrown on your trunks in the corner. It starts to add up. Proudly wears that Toledo on the front. We'll see another Toledo fighter, Jared Anderson. He's a knockout artist. 8 victories, 8 knockouts, the heavyweight. It'll be the last fight on this ESPN Plus undercard before we move over to ESPN for the main card featuring the world title fight for the vacant WBO junior or light heavyweight world title between Joe Smith Jr. and Maxime Vlasov, and F.A. Ajagba and Brian Howard in the heavyweight attraction. Our very own Mark Kriegel is with Jared Anderson in the locker room in the lead up to his fight. So, Chef.
I'm here with Jared Anderson. You're the chef of the future. You know, what is this?
The chef for sure. We coming to cook tonight.
What are you cooking?
Man, we cooking up some real good stew, man. Y'all gonna see.
This is your 6th fight since the pandemic started. You've made this really work for you. What have you learned?
I've learned to take every opportunity and boost it. I've been getting great publicity, a lot of help. You know what I'm saying? I've just been taking every fight, picking things apart, you know, and getting better 1% every day.
Chef, each time out, we see something a little bit different from you. What should we be looking for tonight?
Look to see sharpness and speed.
Sharpness and speed?
Yes, sir.
How long does this last you?
Just know it's going to be a short night, guys.
Okay, just don't cook any souffles. There you go.
All right, thank you very much, Mark. You got to love his talent, his confidence, his personality, and that $1 million smile.
Yeah, I love what I see from Anderson, man. And every time he come out, you remember the Chucky outfit for Halloween?
Yeah.
Now he's a chef.
Hey, but he's got a reasoning behind it, which I love. He's got like every fight already planned out what his outfit's going to
Right.
be. He got behind because of the pandemic, and he had to cancel fight, so he's still catching up with his outfits. But the chefs tonight ready to cook some stew. That stew is named Jeremiah Carpensi. Imagine if it was named Stewart, he'd call him Stew. Jeremiah was a bullfrog. That's his nickname. That'll be the next fight after Albert Bell and Manuel Ray Rojas. Here in round 2 of the scheduled 8-rounder. Rojas got his legs under him, but then he gets caught with a nice left hook to the body from Albert Bell.
Well, you see Albert Bell looking for the uppercut because Rojas needs to get in the inside to be effective. You know, he's outgunned on the outside. Too much speed, too much timing from Robert Bell. So he's moving his head, trying to get his way inside. Down to the body is where he needs to go.
See that confidence just standing on the outside from Albert Bell, knows how to use his range. What's interesting is he got his growth spurt as a sophomore in high school, so he learned to fight having a smaller frame, and he says, I'm still adjusting to being the bigger guy, longer, and using my body and those attributes to the fullest.
You know, when you grow like that, you know, you got to work on your coordination. You know, I see a lot of kids, a lot of young kids that grow up 12, 13 years old, and they just have a growth spurt, and they don't work on their coordination, so they look kind of awkward when they're doing things. But in Robert Bell's case, you can see that he's worked on that.
And he's also worked on the right eye of Manuel Ray Rojas, who is now cut. And it seems like it's on the outside, not a very dangerous spot in terms of affecting visibility, but it could become a situation for him as the fight progresses.
Yeah, this is going to be a case for Rojas. He's going to have to sell out eventually, like he's doing. Occasionally you see him sell out. You know, he's trying to get in close. He's going to take a few shots to be able to get a few shots on Albert Bell.
Stop. Box.
Bell has a 73-inch reach, and Rojas
shot right there.
72. And he knows how to use it as he's catching Rojas coming in.
Yeah, but he's not disciplined with his hands. You see his hands down by his waist. You see he got caught with a left hook right there. Little got buzzed.
Much
got
better. You got to keep making him uncomfortable,
Need
baby,
to be
all right?
careful.
How you feeling? Good. Be bright. Feeling good. Looking better. Looking better, all right? He's still getting away a little much. We've got to keep him uncomfortable, baby. I know we're taking chances, but we got to. You've already got past his best shit, okay? Keep working that body and just keep pressuring him, man. Keep it. Make it ugly. He's going to keep grabbing. The more he grabs, the more they're going to tell him to stop. They're going to get tired of that shit. Okay. You got to stay focused, baby. You can get this motherfucker, all right?
Vincent Parra with the instructions in the corner from Manuel Ray Rojas, as the cut doesn't seem to be a big issue. They call him the Punisher because he doesn't get a lot of knockouts. He's only got 6 knockouts and 20 wins, but he's persistent. He continues to throw punches, and that's what we saw in round number 2.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times when you're
get that bucket
out-talented, that's what it takes. If you got a big heart, determination, if in extreme conditioning, you can even the playing field a little bit against a more talented fighter. I know I did that a lot in my career.
But he's got to throw a lot more punches, does Manuel Ray Rojas. Both guys tend to get outlanded because, especially in the case of Albert Bell, he's a very selective puncher, but he uses his jab well. He throws 28 punches average, 28 jabs around, connecting 7. That's very high for this weight division. So as long as Albert Bell keeps the stick out there, he's going to make it a hard night for Manuel Ray Rojas.
Yeah, that's what he needs to continue to do. He abandoned it for a little bit in the last round, but if he gets back on it, he's going to make things a lot easier for him. He's not going to allow Rojas just to close the distance on him real quickly, like he's doing every now and then.
Okay, stop, break.
Manuel Ray Rojas, following the instructions of Vincent Parra, said you got to make this an ugly fight. You got to get in his face and stay on top of him. That's exactly what he's trying to do.
Let him go, let him go.
See, boxing is just not all about throwing punches. It's a thinking man's sport. So if I was in Rojas' corner, let me tell you what I would do. You see Bell looking for the uppercut. I would dip like I want him to throw it. I would make him throw the uppercut, and I would catch him over the top with the shot because he's going to the well a little bit too much for my liking.
There he goes. Left uppercut.
It's a beautiful shot. Don't get me wrong, but it can be timed.
Oh, headbutt. Another one, and no cut on Albert Bell. Still bleeding.
Time.
From Manuel Ray Rojas.
Oh,
now there is cut over the top, and that one's going to drip into the eye.
You got an accidental headbutt, the cut. Accidental headbutt, cut. Accidental headbutt, cut.
So this is an accidental headbutt. We'll take a look again how it happened, Tim.
Yeah, both guys, you see Rojas coming in, trying to throw a power shot. Misjudged the distance. Trying to throw a right hand when he should have thrown an uppercut. Being that close, and heads clash together.
Rojas got close, but he got the worst of that head clash. And now he's bleeding from both sides of his head as Albert Bell once again lands a nice shot to the body with the left.
So you get close like that, Rojas getting close, but his shots are going over the shoulders and the head of Bell. So what he needs to do is shorten his shots up once he gets to the place where he wants to get to. That's inside. See, Bell is making this fight hard. He's making this fight hard on himself. He just needs to get on that stick, keep moving beautifully, and set this young man up. Catch him on the way in.
Box.
Good combination punching from Albert Bell, and just one shot counter from Manuel Ray Rojas. And tonight, we got started with explosive one-punch knockouts. The first one was Sonny Canto coming back with a first-round knockout, dropping Waldo Cortez like a piece of granite. Boom! That was quick as he lowered the boom with a big right hand.